welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 4 of Bookmas. I can't believe we are already on day 4. So today I'm going to be doing my TBR of holiday specific books. So all of the books that I think are a great holiday read that I have not read yet and would like to. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 here. Some of them are books I physically own, some of them are NetGalley books, and some are books I don't own at all but would like to check out maybe. So without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, our first two right off the bat are like little Christmas classics. The first one is The Little Prince. This is such a cute little story. I've never actually read this. I just think that it has the cutest illustrations and has probably a cute little vibe for like the holiday season. I see people talk about it all the time and I just think that it would be a perfect little Christmas read, even if it's a short book. Number 2 is also a classic. I've watched the movie and or adaptations of the movie many times, and that is Christmas Carol. I've never read the book. I'm very intrigued to read the book and see where all these adaptations derived from. So this is also one I would like to get in during the holiday season. Alright, next up are just a bunch of like romance contemporaries. I'm gonna do my best to give you a synopsis for these ahead of time. That way you kind of know what they're what they're about. I can't word today. It's fine. The first one is All I Want for Christmas by Maggie Knox. This is a contemporary romance. This is a pitch-perfect holiday rom-com about two oil and water reality star country singers who must fake a relationship in order to win the opportunity of a lifetime. So oil and water basically means like they're opposites, so like maybe like opposites repel as opposed to opposites attract, because oil and water never mix. So it's two people who basically hate each other who have to fake a relationship. So it's enemies to lovers and fake dating, it sounds like, which is beautiful, honestly. Next up we have You're a Mean One, Matthew Prince, which is book 2 or the sequel to Never Been Kissed. This is like a boy meets boy romance contemporary, and I think it's like following different movies. So Never Been Kissed follows like Never Been Kissed. You're a Mean One, Matthew Prince has like a Grinch aspect, and then there is a third one called New Adult, but I don't know what that one would follow. I could be making this all up, but that's what I'm gonna choose to believe. Next up we have Kiss Her Once for Me, which is actually a female romance. This one is from the same author that wrote The Charm Offensive, and I think it's a companion novel to that one. And this one we are following a festive romantic comedy about a woman who fakes an engagement with her landlord only to fall for his sister. So that sounds like quite the drama-filled evening of engagements. Next we have Season of Love, which I believe is a Grumpy Sunshine female romance. I'm not sure of the exact synopsis, but it looks like one of our girls works at like some sort of Christmas tree farm, so I'm sure there's some aspect of that. I'm not getting too into the synopsis because, as I always say, I like to be surprised. I like to go in with little expectations on what the book is about, because I like to make my own opinion without having to go off the synopsis or reviews or anything like that. Next we have Bring on the Merry by Candace Cameron Bure, which is actually a non-fiction slash Christian book that kind of delves into like the spirituality of like the holiday season, which I think sounds really cool and interesting. And I also just love Candace Cameron Bure's work. I really identify with like her beliefs on a lot of things, so I love reading a lot of things by her. Next we have This Winter by Alice Oseman. I believe that this in the same world as like Heartstopper, Nick and Charlie. It might even include or be focused on Nick and Charlie. I just really want to get into one of Alice Oseman's actual novels as opposed to a graphic novel. Not that the graphic novels aren't incredible, I just also want to see how incredible Alice's stories are. And I think This Winter is holiday themed because it's this winter and it's got a holiday themed, at least it's a winter themed novel. Next we have Marmee, which is a Little Women kind of like companion novel, and we're following specifically the mother of the Little Women. I personally really like this one because I played Marmee in Little Women, and I really want to read her story and learn more about her because I just feel very close with that character. Next up, we have The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox, another Maggie Knox book here, and this one is a feel-good holiday rom-com about identical twins who swap lives for 12 days before Christmas. It's perfect for fans of In a Holidays and One Day in December. So I wasn't a huge fan of In a Holidays. I liked the Christmassy vibes, but I did like One Day in December. So we'll see. All I want for Christmas is a different life. Well, right back at you, sister. I'm actually pretty okay with my life. I have a pretty good life. Next up, we have Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I didn't get much from like the synopsis. I even read the full synopsis. It's in like a lyrical or poetic format to the rhythm of The Night Before Christmas, but I think it's about a girl who falls in love with a guy who has a store that has like a window, and she does like the window dressing for people who are window shopping. I could be completely wrong. I could be 100% off, but I think that's what it's about. I think there's a movie like The Mannequin or something like that, where a guy falls in love with one of the mannequins that like comes to life at night. I don't know. I remember watching it with my parents. And then finally is like a 2-for-1 because they are both by Jenny Holiday. One I own physically, which is A Princess for Christmas, and then the second I have a NetGalley ARC of, which is Duke Actually. These are companion novels, and they are both following like royalty, contemporary royalty during the Christmas season. Contemporary royalty is one of my favorite things. Christmas is one of my favorite things, so I don't see how they could go wrong together. I personally love The Princess Switch, which has Vanessa Hudgens, and then what's the one that's like the little girl is on crutches and she has like the woman be the nanny or pretends to be the nanny even though she's actually a reporter. Oh gosh, it's like A Christmas Prince or something like that. I don't remember. I love those movies. I'm sure I'll love these books. So yeah, those are my holiday books I would love to read, my holiday TBR if you will. Let me know what's on your holiday TBR. Tomorrow is day 5, and that is another Mythical Mail Monday as usual, and then Tuesday I will be doing a live show, so make sure you stay tuned for all of that, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye friends!